was this one day where she just couldn't cope anymore. And she got all these pills and a bottle of whiskey and she put them all in one row. And just before she was going to take them, she heard Dad moan from the next door, and she went in to see him, and she looked down at his face, and on it was a smile. Just a brief smile. Just for a second. And then it was gone. Maybe life isn't about the tragedies. Maybe it's just what's normal. Hurt and heartache, and the loneliness and despair. Maybe life's about those tiny moments that keep us going through all that darkness. The little things. Like a delicious supper. Or a tiny moment of kindness. Or a smile. Just for a brief second. Do you know who Marcel Proust is?
He's the guy you teach.
Yeah. French writer. Total loser. Never had a real job. Unrequited love affairs. Gay. Spent 20 years writing a book almost no one reads. But he's also probably the greatest writer since Shakespeare. Anyway, he gets down to the end of his life and he looks back and decides that all those years he suffered, those were the best of his life. Because they made him who he was. All those years he was happy? Oh, you know, total waste. Didn't learn a thing. So, if you sleep until you're 18, think of all the suffering you're gonna miss out. I mean, high school, those are the prime suffering years. You don't get better suffering than that. I want to talk to her, Billy. I have one last thing I have to say to her. I just miss her terribly. She was my reason for living. Maybe I'm so sorry. You think the truth is some big, shiny disco ball of purity? Go ahead. Try it. Be honest. See where it gets you. Telling the truth to the wrong person at the wrong time is how I ended up where I am. Take it from me. You're always going to be better off with a really good lie. That was achingly terrible. You don't just sing badly, you molest the music in a manner I find personally offensive. You have the magnetism of a towel and an inherent allergy to anything approaching even basic talent. Awful. I don't even want to look at you. I want to make something absolutely clear. If you thought that there was a secret cell somewhere working Al-Qaeda, then I want you to know that you're wrong. This is it. There is no working group coming to our rescue. There is nobody else hidden on some other floor. There is just us. And we are failing. You know, it's like you float out at sea. And then one day you find a port. And you say, I'm going to stay here for a few days. A few days becomes a few years. And then you forgot where you were going in the first place. And then you realize you don't really care about where you were going because you like where you're at.